It's a Tuesday afternoon and you go for a walk to distract yourself from your average at best FPL performance. While sitting on your sofa watching a TV show you don't really care too much about, you look at your current FPL team and contemplate how you can make a marginal improvement. You then notice that Emil Smith-Rowe got you 4 points for the last 2 game weeks, while Mateo Kovacic has accumulated about 16. You also notice that Mateo Kovacic is cheaper than Emil Smith-Rowe and actually has accumulated more total points. You then reaffirm your belief that this will be the right transfer because 100,000 people have already transferred Mateo Kovacic into their team, while 100,000 people have gotten rid of Emil Smith-Rowe. You then use all this evidence to reaffirm your decision. You decide to trade Emil Smith-Rowe for Mateo Kovacic. You have decided to follow the crowd. Right off the bat, don't be this type of manager. This is what I call a reactionary manager in FPL, because if Mateo Kovacic blanks in the next game week, he's going to be there like, oh well, Kovacic is mid, and he's going to just transfer him out instantaneously. You would have never need to have done that if you never transferred him in the first place. This is what I call a FOMO transfer, because literally you didn't get the 15 points from Kovacic. You guys think that if you transfer him in now, you're going to get those 15 points again. That's not how FPL works. But literally the way FPL works, you could be the guy who missed out on Erling Haaland for those first 3 game weeks, and then the moment you get Haaland in, he blanks. But honestly, anyone with any common knowledge of FPL would not make this transfer. Like, this is why I say 100,000 of you managers are idiots. Now, if you're wondering how I'm doing in FPL, you know, FPL Tarantino here, I'm in the top 1% of FPL players. I mean, until the next game week, because that's gonna go down if I drop another disaster class. Yes, it's my team which did the 52 points. And if I do 52 points again, I would not be surprised if I find myself in the top 200k next game week. But yeah, that's just me. I'm in the top 1% for now. But let me take this conversation back to the 100,000 managers who got Mateo Kovacic. Let me just try reason with you guys, and actually, you know what, let me look at both sides of the coins. Let me try entertain why this could possibly be a good transfer, even though I definitely think it is not. Oh yeah, if you're enjoying this video and you're enjoying listening to me yap, please leave a like on the video. It really helps for the algorithm. You can subscribe if you want to stay, but a like would go a long way for the algorithm. Please, 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 please. So let's look at the positives of Mateo Kovacic. He plays for Manchester City. Manchester City have a rather good defense, so he's guaranteed to at least get you 3 points. That is if Manchester City get a clean sheet. I mean, their defense is pretty alright. Rodri is out, but their defense is pretty alright, so he will get clean sheets. So yeah, you are guaranteed at least 3 points. And Mateo Kovacic is definitely not a bad player. I mean, he is a good player by means of, you know, the eye test, but FPL does not care about the eye test, man. FPL does not care about the eye test. The only stat which matters in FPL when it comes to midfielders is GA. So players like Modric, if he was in the Premier League, or Zidane, if they were in the Premier League, I would never have them in my FPL, as amazing as they are, because guess what? They don't get no GA. So yeah, there's that aspect to it. Now, this bleeds into the obvious reasons why this is a bad transfer, and you know, obviously he's a rotation risk. He plays for Manchester City. Can you predict anything that Pep Guardiola is going to do? For all you know, in the next match, Man City might just play Jeremy Doku as a false 9 or Phil Foden as a false 9. Who knows? Grealish left wing, Foden false 9, Savinho right wing. We don't know anything that Pep Guardiola does. So he's definitely a rotation risk. I don't know why anyone would have any Man City player except for maybe Erling Haaland. Aside from that, everyone can get dropped. You don't know what Pep Guardiola is going to do. He's a rotation risk. Another thing is that if we look at his heat maps and we compare them to the other player I compared him with, which is Emil Smith-Rowe, you'll see that Smith-Rowe, he gets into the box sometimes. Mateo Kovacic, he never gets into the box. Also looking at stats, because player stats and their historical performance is the only thing which matters in FPL, Mateo Kovacic has never gotten above 10 GA in his career. I'm talking about playing in Premier League. Maybe if you count Champions League and international goals and assists, it could be above 10. But in Premier League, Mateo Kovacic has never had above 10 GA. At least with Emil Smith-Rowe, when he was in form in Arsenal and he wasn't injured, he got it above 10 GA. And obviously those 2 other seasons where he was barely doing anything, you know, getting injured and he fell out of favor. Another reason why I wouldn't get Kovacic into my FPL is he's just not the talisman for Man City. Like, look at Brian Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo is literally the main man there at Brentford, bro. Cole Palmer is the main man at Chelsea. Kovacic? Like, we're signing Kovacic? At least Emil Smith-Rowe, even though he didn't feature against Manchester City, or he didn't get a lot of minutes, he didn't start against Manchester City, Smith Rowe is going to be a crucial player for that system. Kovacic, he's just a rotation player, man. And if you watch Man City so far this season, yes, I know he's got 3 goals in 7 games, which is like, oh my god, that's such an amazing ratio. He's getting his returns. But my brother in FPL, where are those goals coming from? Where are those goals coming from? He's literally arriving late into the box, or he's doing outside shot goals, you know, outside of the box shots, and those things have extremely low GA. He's not the type of player like Erling Haaland who's going to tap in 30 goals in a season. You want those types of midfielders. You want those midfielders who are definitely going to score goals or get assists because they're playmakers, they make things happen. Mateo Kovacic, as amazing as he is, he's not the guy who's gonna be getting 20 GA in a season. I can bet my left testicle right now. I'm literally gripping my left testicle right now. Emil Smith Rowe will have higher GA than Mateo Kovacic. I can bet on it, bro. So yeah, what key lesson can you get in this video about FPL? Don't be a FOMO manager. Don't make FOMO transfers. Don't just sign players because you see everyone else signing them. Don't be a reactionary manager where you see, oh my gosh, Luis Diaz just dropped 30 points. Let me get Luis Diaz. And then guess what? When Liverpool play in their next game week, because Luis Diaz does have a little bit of a rotation risk, Luis Diaz doesn't get you any single point. And then you start complaining. You guys are the guys who didn't invest in Haaland when you had the chance to invest in Haaland. Don't be the reactionary manager. Don't do this transfer. Don't be dumb. Just use your intellect. Use your Rashford mentality, bro. Even though the Rashford mentality is kind of dead, bro. Just use your Rashford mentality. I wanted to have like a cold ending for this video, but in all honesty, just don't be a reactionary manager. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be like these 100,000 idiots, bro. You have more ball knowledge than them. If you're at least like in the top 10%, you're better than these guys, bro. Don't do it, man. Don't. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like for the algorithm. It really helps. And subscribe to your boy. I will be yapping more often. Peace.